All right, so the Epstein files will be exposed. Yes. So the House voted a couple days ago 400 to 1. I wonder who that one person was. Maybe they went to the Epstein Island. Maybe they were friends with Epstein. But they voted yes, and Trump just signed it. So they're going to release the documents. So how do you feel about this? Are you happy, excited? How do you feel about these Epstein files finally being released? It's been years. It's been like so long. Now, I've seen the documentary on Epstein and the victims, the women, what they went through when they were kids. It's messed up. It's crazy. It's horrible. You know, what they went through. So the documentary is crazy. But doing some research on Epstein is from what I'm hearing. I know he was very well connected. Now, is he still alive? Personally, I think he might be still alive. Maybe somewhere hiding. But if he's, not here, then he's not here. But the way he died, the way he passed away was weird. If you watch the videos and people explaining it, it's kind of fishy because they say that he took himself out, right, in the prison, but the cameras were off and the guards weren't there. I don't know. It seems kind of shady. So he could still be alive, or maybe someone took him out. But the whole thing is fishy. It's weird. And it's definitely more to the story. But he was very well connected to world leaders, politicians, presidents, celebrities all over the world. All right. I read that he was, and yes, he was, a big Jewish finance person, but he was very well connected to, Israel, the Mossad. I heard he was a spy. He was a teacher. So he was connected to a lot of societies, a lot of people. And yes, Trump, Donald Duck, he was friends with him. I know he keeps saying he's denying his friendship with Epstein, saying it was bad. The pictures are right there. There's videos of them at the party with all those women. There's emails of them talking about women and whatnot. So it's all lies, man. Like, we know that they were friends, they were together. They're all rich billionaires doing some crazy wild stuff back in the day. All right. So it's all lies. But I saw a video of Donald Duck, the orange president, the orange man, saying, it's never enough, and hopefully this doesn't distract from the progress of this country. First of all, it is a distraction. All of it is a distraction to take your energy. It's all a distraction. And I've heard this from other people who are also Republican, friends and whatnot, saying, "Oh, this has been the best year for the country." I don't know about that. I mean, I'm not Republican. I'm not Democrat. No, I'm neither. But it's been very tough. It's been very challenging, and there's been a lot of stuff going on this year. So I wouldn't say it's the best year, this country. But I still think the decent times were when Obama was in office. It was not perfect, but it was chill. It was decent. But yes, it wasn't perfect. But yeah, I mean, Epstein, Trump, they were friends. The pictures are there. The video is there. I know they're going to release 50,000. They released 50,000 emails, right? So this is a lot. And apparently Putin's a part of it too. He was friends with him. So yeah, it goes deep. But yeah, I definitely want to see more about this. I want to see who was on the client list, who was part of the clients. I know Prince Andrew was a part of it. Okay. I think Harvey Weinstein was a part of it. So I want to see who else was a part of it. And apparently Mr. Clinton. And yes, I did see pictures of him in the documentary. So no, he was a part of it. He went to the island. It's like, it's funny. Trump, he be saying, "Oh, this is a Democrat issue." His friends are all Democrats, maybe, but hey, you can't forget Trump used to be Democrat. A lot of people don't realize that he used to be Democrat. He's from New York. All right, so keep that in mind. And also, I've heard how, like, without Epstein, he wouldn't have been president, without his influence, without his help, which is probably true. So I'm saying, like, it's all lies. He's him saying, "Oh, we weren't friends," or "I didn't like him like that." It's lies. It's BS. All right, they were connected. So, but yeah, it's all a distraction. The Epstein files. It's a distraction for something else. It could be a distraction from the Venezuela issue going on. It could be a distraction from prices, shutdowns. I don't know, but it's definitely a distraction. But I'm definitely curious to see what happens and to see what comes out. I heard some crazy stuff. People saying how Donald Duck gave Mr. Clinton a BJ. If that's true, that's funny. That's crazy. That's disgusting. Like I said, a lot of rich, powerful, elite people do some crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. Animals, people, just ugh. And apparently Miss Maxwell, she had a horse, and apparently they did some things with the horse. They F the horse, or they let the horse F them. I'm like, what? There are people who are into that type of stuff, laying down with animals. It's crazy, but if that's all true, man, like I said, I know people be spreading lies and rumors, but we'll see. I mean, if this is true, it'd be crazy. It'd be funny too. It'd be very funny. It'd be very funny. But yeah, so we'll see what happens. And it's interesting because this whole Epstein files started like a conflict between like the Republican Party with MAGA. If you notice, like, a lot of Republicans kind of just don't like Trump anymore. And I had predicted that would happen next year, but it happened this year. Not all of them, but a lot. You know, look at, what's her name? The woman that was a part of the whole releasing of the documents. Marjorie Greene Taylor, MGT. She was down with Trump. Candace Owens, some guy named Nick Fuentes, they were all down with Trump. And now they're seeing who he really is, which is, you know, a narcissist. He does not care about, I try saying this, he doesn't care about you. He doesn't care about us. He cares about himself, money, and power. Barely about his family. I mean, yeah, his family, but mainly it's about himself. And money and power. That's it. He even said that he might go to hell. He even said he's not a Christian. He literally said he doesn't believe in God. He all said these lies to win your vote. And it worked. You know? So now he's in office doing chaos. But even though they're both bad, him and Kamala, he was a better option out of the both because we had him before as president. But it's still bad. But I think it would have been a little bit worse if she was in office, if Kamala. I'm not against having a woman president. I'm not. Just as long as it's the right person, the right woman. There are plenty of countries across the world with women leaders. Nothing wrong with having a woman leader. But I don't think this is the right time with everything going on right now. With America, the economy, and the world, people. And if she won, we all know what would have happened. We all know the outcome. You would have seen a lot of conservatives not very unhappy. You will see civil war, okay? So we didn't take that timeline. But also, she be saying a lot of lies, you know? I watch a lot of her videos. Some stuff I agree with, but a lot of the stuff, man, she be lying. And it's like, all right, come on now. You know? and she be laughing and stuff. But I think as a person, she seems kind of funny, low key attractive, low key, especially when she was younger. But you know, I just think the outcome of her being president wouldn't have been the best outcome. But she does lie a lot. But here and there, the videos that I've seen of her, she is kind of funny. I know she loves her desserts. She loves to dance. And nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that, you know? But anyway, with this Epstein stuff going on, like, it's just like Diddy. And it's just like Diddy. Diddy had parties. Epstein had parties. Now Trump is having parties. They all want to party. All these rich folks want to party. Party like a rock. Party like a rock star. Party like a rock. Party like a rock star. To totally do. Party like a rock. If you are a millennial or Gen Z, you know exactly what song that is, okay? That song takes me back to a time when things were just better. But yeah, so people want to party. Everybody want to party. And just do some crazy things at these parties. You know? Yeah, Epstein, he was very well connected with people across the world. Down with Mossad. He was a spy, a teacher, and everything. Big financier. Had his own island. Did bad things to young women, young girls, which is, you know, messed up. So it's a lot. But yeah, it's been a long time. It's like they finally released the files. Yeah, but we all know Trump. He's a part of it. He's on the files, even though he say he's not. But guys, it's all distraction. All right, it's all distraction from the bigger picture. But yeah, how do you feel about these Epstein files? Are you happy? You mad? Are you excited? How do you feel about it? I'm curious to see what happens, to see who's on the files. It's crazy. 400 to 1 in the House vote. Who was the one person? I want to know, who was that one person? Because if you thought one person and that's it, that's kind of embarrassing. Like, I'd be questioning you. Like, did you go to the island? Did you do some things? That's crazy. And it was funny. People on the left and the right are happy. That's what's funny. The Epstein files, both sides are happy that they're being released. Interesting, right? But the Republicans, Democrats, they all the same thing. They all friends and family, all right? Just like the Hunger Games. I just watched the Hunger Games. Again, I watched a new one recently. I love those movies. You know, I wouldn't say Trump is President Snow, because Snow is way worse. I would say Netanyahu, he's Snow. He's President Snow, but Trump has some similarities to Snow. But those movies are great. Definitely is how our society is similar. You know, I love that tree. I love that tree. The song, Are you coming to the tree? Even though I feel weird singing about that as a black person, but great movies. So we shall see what happens with these Epstein files. So how do you feel about it? But guys, just want to talk about that real quick, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, peace.